Additionally, I also welcome all my student friends who are taking part in this session. Now, I request Dr. Nirmala Gupta Madam to introduce today's speaker. Over to you, Madam.
Okay, sir. Good morning to Jijesh, sir. Good morning to all my dear colleagues and students. So today we are gathered here once again uh, to have a online session on orientation by the innovation ambassador to all of us, to all the students and the faculties. And I'm privileged to introduce today's speaker for that day, Dr. Jijesh, sir. So Dr. Jijesh JJ has 15 years of experience in teaching, 7 years of experience in research, and sir is currently working as associate professor and IQAC head in the electronics and communication department at our own college, Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bangalore. And sir has received his BTech degree in ECE from Kannur University in 2006, and sir has completed MTech degree in electronics from VTU Belgaum in 2010, and sir has been awarded with a PhD doctoral degree in the field of wireless communication from VTU Belgaum in 2019, and the areas of the interest includes wireless communication, sensor networks, embedded systems, and communication. So sir has more than 53 publication into his credit in various prestigious journals and H-index of 5. Also, he's been received the grants from major government agencies like DST, AICTE, IEEE, KSCST, and various prestigious organizations. And sir has been conducted the international conference as a coordinator, IEEE, RTE, ICT in since 2016 to 2021 into his credit. And sir has served as a jury member or a reviewer for IEEE conferences, IET journals, and IEEE journals. And sir has been even considered as the recognition of mentor for NITTT, and he's also an ambassador in IIC Cell SVCE, and he's been acting as a coordinator for NBA and NAC. And sir is recognized as a research guide under VTU Belgaum, and guided 28 projects in UG and 4 and PG. His areas of interest include wireless communication, wireless sensor networks, wireless wireless area networks. Sir is also associated in Kurg Institute of Technology, and he's also been associated with Brindavan College of Engineering. Sir is a life member of IEEE, member of IEEE, member of IEI, member of ISTE, member of INSE, and member of IMAPS. So a lot of areas of research interests are, which I have already listed: wireless communications, wireless sensor networks, ad hoc networks, wireless body area networks, embedded systems, antennas. And into his credit, he got a lot of journal publications and conference publications, including the IEEE. So we are very happy to have you here as a session speaker for the day, sir. And we are really happy once again to have from the same department as one more innovation ambassador ready to share his experiences with all of us on IIC Cell. So thank you, and we welcome you once again, Dr. Jijesh, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your talk, and it was thanks that you have elaborated a lot as for my profile. Thank you.
Your profile is a little bit lengthy only, sir.
Thank you, madam. So shall I start with the presentation, madam?
I think Revant,
Yes,
sir can start,
yes, sir,
right?
sure, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can start it.
Yeah. Can you just see the slides now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We are able to.
Okay. Yeah. So thanks to everyone, and good morning. Good morning to one and all present here. It is our privilege to work with the Ministry of Education and Institutions Innovation Council and AICT, and with our own institute, Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. So I thank all the organizations for giving us a wonderful opportunity to serve for an innovation and to create brand ambassadors for each and everyone involved in it. So it's my privilege to thank our management, our principal, and my guide, Dr. Shivashankar sir, and all IIC members and Dr. Nirmala Gupta madam for inviting me as a keynote speaker for this Institution Innovation Council. Actually, myself, Dr. Jijesh, and Associate Professor and IQAC Head of Department of Electronics and Communication, Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. Actually, it is a great privilege to be part of this, a different thing apart from the academics, that is innovation, and whatever it is, finally, whatever we learn, it has to end up with something different in which can contribute to the society as of date. So that is what, so I take up this privilege to discuss with you rather than giving a lecture. So discuss with you on how the innovations can be carried out and what is best to be suited for everyone to come out with a innovative approach to any problem whichever it takes existing. So in this talk I'll be discussing on few introductions about these things, and then I'll be going with the need of Institution Innovation Council, then the major focus of IIC, and also I will be looking into to promote innovation in institute, how to go with that, what are the benefits of innovation when you carry out with students and faculty members, what is the idea of getting an innovation. Then I have to also focus upon the innovation process, what are things you have to go with when you talk about the innovation to be put in the practical scenario. Then I'll be discussing on a brief on design thinking and strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. Then we will be focusing on some of the products which has been developed as a part of innovation, which carried out in our institute during the past 2 to 3 years, and some of the startups and incubations which has been initiated at our institute. So with that, I'll be concluding the session. So first to discuss with, hope all of you are together with me. To discuss with what is an innovation. So it's like, see, it's you have to not think too much on. I would like to give as an orientation to all of you that what and just enlighten your mind in the process of innovation. So what actually an innovation is? It's not like that you have to think for an innovation to happen, or it's like it is in and around you. The problem which occurs in front of you can be taken as an innovation for the future. So if it might be a problem for you, and if you generalize and think in a group of people, you understand that it might be a problem for everyone. So how to realize that and how to come out with a product which can serve this process is very important. So this is what we have to create. So creating an idea to come out of the problems what we face is very important for in any individual. So let me just take you through that. See, you might have been in the process of understanding so many things from your childhood till date, but when you put these things in the real time scenario, it gets beneficial for the society, or it can be used for someone else for their growth. So that is what any person has to look into. So innovation plays a major role. Like you can see that if you just take a small example, nobody might have nobody might have thought that there will be a mobile phone which is going to be emerging over the time, maybe last 100 or 200 years back. Nobody knows that it will come up. So somebody has just initiated a small spark there, and which has made the technology to grow to this extent as of today. So you can just see that it started with wired communication, then moved on to wireless communication. Before that, nothing was there, in fact. But see, people used to communicate before as well, but the mode of communication was different. But see, the technology has made us to think and made us to grow in such a way that each point of contact, which you can say that each point of the each minute minute can give you to a thought of innovation. So that is what. So what can be what an innovation can do for an industry? It's very important. So see, people think it very complicated. Let us make it very simple. See, if you take a matchbox, means it is a innovation, you can call it as. But you know that fire was existing. You know that if you rub two things, it was going to lead to a fire. So all these things you know. But when you come out with putting all these things which exist in group together and make it a different product, it comes into a market, and you come out with an industry, and you flourish with that small product. That is what it can do when you just slightly deviate out of the box and think slightly different from what others think. So that is what every problem what you face is, you have to understand that it can be deviated to a very good a process of startup, or you can say that you can serve for the society, and you can come out with many things. So as of today, there are a hell lot of problems in this world which are not being addressed. Okay, as my some of the speakers have already discussed about all these things, I don't want to focus more on that further. And as my friend also has told that the nature-driven innovations are also there. Yeah, that's true. It's like in research also you can see that people can learn lot many things from the nature. It's like the observation and your careful approach to a certain problem makes you to think different. So that is what the real process of thinking has to be. It's all the process of thinking which makes the person different. And all of you should understand that each and every individual is having hell lot of power and capabilities which you are not realizing it in the real time world. So that is what required. So you have to realize your abilities and strength which can take you further to have a better prospect. So just to motivate the things, what I want to say you is, look into a small product also carefully, which you can see that there will be some defect which you can rectify and you can extend it. It's not required that you have to come out with a new entirely new thing. Okay, now for example, I have just shown a simple example of a locking system. See, there are hundreds of varieties of this available. So what is the purpose of this? If you lock it, somebody else should not be able to open it until unless you have give the permission for that. So it's a very simple product, but if you look into that, you can make it in a different, you can have different varieties of innovations into it. You
Excuse me,
can
sir.
add, yeah.
Sir, are you moving the slides, sir? Because we are seeing
No, I'm not started moving,
only
sir.
the first slide till now.
So it is like
Okay, sir. Sir. Thank you.
it's clear, no, sir, or video audio.
Yes, sir. Audio is clear, sir. Yes, sir.
So that is what the innovation which demands for you is the problems which every individual face. So and you can add on a few features to this things so that you can improve upon the entire thing. So what any company, if you take any industry, industry looks into many opportunities, and if a small innovation is carried out, it can lead to many opportunities in the market, as well as the cost can be reduced, increase in revenue can be generated, and also can provide market opportunities in the market. So this is what it can lead to in an industry as well. So innovation plays a major role in any of the aspects. Okay, so let
Sir,
us
one second.
just
Sir, your screen is not visible, sir.
its slides are not visible.
No, sir.
Okay, 1 second, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Now
It's
it's
visible,
now
sir.
it's visible,
Visible, sir.
Swapna.
Visible, sir.
Now it's visible, sir. Sorry for the interruption, sir.
Yeah, fine, madam. Now it's clear, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so just to add on few things in the process of innovation, which I can say that see, every individual has to look into the research aspect of a problem. When some problem occurs into that, you have to see that how best you can solve that problem with a defined framework. So that is what you have to see. The if you take a simple example, let me take any example like which is existing. Let me take the mobile phone itself. So there are some companies come out with so many different features, so other XYZ company comes with different features. So that research which makes them different. So you know that there was a company Nokia before. It was when the communication in 2000 and 2005, when the mobile was very much common with among us. The Nokia was everyone was having the handset with them. So that days has gone because they have not concentrated on the research aspect of what they were doing it. So research has to be part of every company, and it has to continue, and you don't have an excuse for that. Because if you are not doing, it's a competitive world, as you know, and if you are not doing, somebody else will do it. So that's why the research is very much part of any concept or any innovation. So everyone has to keep in your mind that how best how you can utilize the properties and come out with new features into the system, so that your product will be of higher value for everyone. So for that you have to calculate a lot many things. You have to, if for example when you come out with a product, you have to see that how best it suits for you in the market space, how many customers are there for you, how best this product can fit in, whether the need of this product is there into the market. So all those things matters a lot. So everything individual to carry out, it might become a difficult task. So what you need is a team of people. So team of people who can take care of innovation, who can innovative process, or who can take care of market risk, what is market getting into the market, and how best this product fit into the market. So all those things, a team of individuals always matters to. It's always better to take the product into a better scenario. But when you start something, you will be one or two, and as and when your company grows further, you can add people to that. So then comes the leadership, then teamwork, and what communication process you have. Also you have to have a set of goals involved in it, like okay, this stage of development I have to take it to this level, then further what is to be done. So there will be a if the company is in 2021, you should be able to think what your company has to be in 2025. So at least 5 to 10 years apart, if you think, then only you can grow further in this competitive world. So that's what. So you need to improve upon every part of your project, and you have to come out with some development and some solutions for whatever problems it is existing. So that's what, just to brief you out about what really the requirement of you as an innovator, you as a product lead, you as a project head. So that is what it is going to create the difference in you. And what I can say is everything is within you. You have to experiment and exploit it. So you have to experiment those things. uh, until and unless we experiment, we don't know what we can do. So that is what you have to think. And see, every individual, if like you know that our country needs more innovators, and that's the reason we IIC has come out with this proposal of making innovation ambassadors, and then coming out with the giving training process to our students and faculty members. So it's a great initiation from uh, every individual. So That's what why it is carried out is what we have to see. So in the further slides, I'll be discussing what is the role of all these things, and we'll come out with that entire process. So next to go with few questions, I would like to ask. You have been addressed to so many lectures almost from 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and so first question to you all is, how do you define an innovation? Any one of you can answer to me how you feel that you can define an innovation. What you feel that innovation is all about? Can I have some interactive sessions? Anyone can just uh, come out with what you feel that innovation is all about.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning. I'm Avinash.
Yeah, yes.
So I feel innovation means uh, something like whatever the existing things are there. So using that particular existing things, so we need to see further what can be improvised now. So
Yeah,
because what I feel is nowadays in the olden days, for example, if you take the mobile phone was firstly invented. So after inventing the mobile phone, what are the features can be added? So the particular process goes on increasing. So nowadays we have the plenty n number of features in the mobile phone itself. So
yeah,
size, shape, everything technology wise, hardware wise, it is been incorporated. So I feel like whatever the things are there, so what best we can do further. So that is what I feel as innovation, sir.
yeah, yeah. Very good, sir. Actually, innovation, you can say that when you observe the product closely, when you see the product close to that, and you understand each and everything, what better you can do in that product, that can also be called as innovation, or you come out with a new, entirely new thing which is not existing. So it's not possible with every individual to come out with a entirely new thing, but it is very much possible to see what are the best existing features and what is to be carried out further for the better improvement of the product into the society. So a very good answer, sir, and I appreciate your initiation for this. Thank you
It's a
very much.
process.
Yeah,
Innovation is nothing but a process wherein
yeah,
we look
it's a
for
process.
replacing the existing one or established one or something new we are going to add it to the existing.
Yeah, yeah,
We may create our idea to be converted as a prototype or a model or a product.
yeah,
So
yes,
we are
yes.
going to bring a transformation into the process and system. That is innovation.
Yeah, that what we have to motivate our students and faculty members is that they have to observe the problem closely, and they have to come out with, as you have told, they have to come out with a small solution which can be further put into a research process and with the team of faculties or students, and we can come out with a product in the future. So very good. Madam, it's thank you very much for a detailed description of innovation. Anyone else can also speak on how I spot opportunities for innovation, means how I can see an opportunity in an innovation. Like you might have seen people coming out with so many products. Some of the products they might have been coming out as a new product, still it might not fit in into the market, and their innovation might not be that successful as they look into. But how to spot the opportunities for innovation? What is your view on that? Any one of you can respond to me?
Sir, many innovations happens for the survival also, sir. In the process of survival, you
Yeah,
take the case of COVID also. So there were all of a sudden we have come under this kind of situation, and you can find many innovations during this time also. That means during the survival process, this
yes, sir.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, that is what you means. That was an opportunity. See, even though it is having lot of problems, but it was an opportunity for many organizations to come out with a different product or different innovative techniques to overcome this problem. So that was like that. You can capitalize the opportunities as well, So very good, sir. It came pretty good explanation from your side.
Example is our vaccination itself is an innovation out of COVID, sir.
Yeah, yeah, correct, sir. So that was required when because there was a problem existing in the society. So that was an opportunity considered by the industries in order to overcome that process of difficulties which the society was facing at that point of time. And you know that from the last 2 years, because of this COVID, many industries have come out with different products in the healthcare domain to overcome this process of problems whatever we are facing as of today. Still the problem is existing, and you know that many industries are taking this as an opportunity and they are coming out with many solutions. Very good, sir. Let us go on to the next and very good
Hello, sir.
example. Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah, sir, tell me, sir.
opportunity with respect to innovation is very subjective, sir.
Yes, sir.
And it varies from place to place or time to time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A particular time, an opportunity may not be suitable in some other situation.
Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
So opportunity
Yeah,
in an
and also
innovation.
you can add to that the time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct, correct.
So this is very subjective, very time bound, and it is limited to a particular time frame.
Yeah, very good, sir. That is very much correct because some innovations will fit into a particular time interval itself. Like you can see that there were many things in the past 10 to 20 years back, but as of today, they you call it as outdated.
Yeah,
Okay.
sir. Like if
Yeah, you
you
call it as outdated
yeah,
because
yeah.
you have improved the process to some higher
Yes, sir.
extent. Yeah, you have improved the process to the higher extent that it has no value as of today in the society. So you
Yes,
call it as outdated. So that is very good point, sir. You have
sir.
raised.
It is like necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, true, true, sir.
if you consider 20 years back, we never thought that electric vehicles, electric cars, electric motorcycles will be of some use. But today, it has become an innovative. It is inevitable for us that we
Yeah,
have to innovate, we have to experiment, we have to because petrol and diesels, it may become extinct after some time.
correct, correct, sir.
So you are pushed to a wall. Now it is a situation where SOS situation. Then at that particular time, necessity is the mother of invention. So you are
Yeah,
going to invent because there is a necessity for you. You have to survive. So
correct,
that is
correct.
where your opportunity it figures in.
Yeah, very good, sir. It's correct. As you have told, we can say that every interval of time is very important, and the person who looks further in the future, you are in 2021. What you look into 2031 is what the real innovation you can come out with, because it takes at least 2 to 3 years to develop that product, and when it comes into the market, it fits into the market very good, and you can just carry out with your startup and all those things very much properly. So that is what the further you think of 10 years apart or 5 years apart, the successful you will become as of today. So that is one more thing from that what I can quote from your statements. So that is very good, sir. Let me go to the next one. Which customer
Jijesh
should
sir, sorry
yeah,
to interrupt you. Sir,
yeah, tell
make
me,
it
sir.
your slideshow, no? The screen, the slide should be visible. It's still in the,
I think now it is visible.
no, slides are visible. Put it
Uh,
in the slide mode, sir, slideshow mode.
Slideshow mode only, madam, it is now.
Oh, is it? But we're not getting the full screen of it, sir. We're getting
Okay.
the complete PowerPoint with the slide inside. That is the normal view we are getting, sir, not just slideshow mode.
In my screen, full screen is there. It is in the slideshow only.
Okay, sir, but we are not able to. But continue, sir, no problem.
Yeah.
Continue, sir.
Now it is
Okay.
a slideshow.
No
It is
issue.
a slideshow.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Uh, okay. Let us go with the next discussion of which customers should I target for. How can I target the set of customers who really would like to be means how I understand that which customer suits for my innovation? How can I understand that? So just let me brief you out that. So first you have to do a market survey. You have to understand that who all are the who need innovation, who is real, who is the people who are really in need of your product. All those things has to be, so they, you can call them as the target audience, and they will fit in for your product as and when your product is released. Okay. Any other opinion for you? So you can also discuss upon that. What should I look for? How can you answer for that? What should I look for? When how I can look into a process, or how I have to see, or for the future development, what should I look for? So what you can see here is there are many problems existing. You have to do a proper survey on each and every product, and the observations and the ideas which comes to you, you have to put it into the real time scenario, and you have to work it out further. Then how do I come up with an idea? This question is there for everyone. How can I get an idea? You are talking about, yeah, yeah, anyone can respond to that.
Brainstorming, sir.
Can you expand it, madam?
So like we need to collectively collect the ideas from different people, and like if we have to merge them, we can merge it, or collective ideas, sir. As a team, if we work, then the idea will be better.
Yeah, correct, madam. So you can do the process of discussing with many individuals and coming out with fine tuning of your idea, or you can ask different varieties of what you people think on this matter. And see, it's just one idea will not make a difference. It's that the process of thinking how to make it into the real time scenario is also very important. So people will think that, okay, I can do this, but you have to give a start to that process, which can lead to a innovation further, and which can come into a product, and it can be further checked into the market, and you can see that whether it fits in properly. So when there will be lot of process involved in it, we'll be discussing that further. How do I know my idea is good or not? Everyone will think, okay, I have this idea, I have to do it. Can any one of you just attempt to this question, that how can I know that my idea is good or not? How you evaluate your idea?
When we explain it to others, like we'll collect their opinions on it. If we get positive comments more on it, then our idea will be good.
Yeah, I would like to just focus upon this. You might have had real time experience as well. When you tell your idea to one person, what you can get the response is always a negative response. If you just see that, that's the reason people won't come out with the and further production of that. Even though your idea is good, the people will say that, okay, this is not that, this all these things. So what you have to do is, don't my thing is that, what I say is, don't completely tell your idea to a person as it is. What you can say is, you can ask them that, okay, this is what area I am focusing on, what is your opinion on it? So when you ask their opinion on your idea, your process, then they say their opinion, and when they say their opinion, they will be involved in the discussion, and which can lead to a motivation for you. You can say that, okay, this can be done in this way, so this is better. So there will be a discussion involved in it. So when you say something, no, people will not be in a position to accept it. So it's always that you have to ask from them, and when they involve into your discussion, you feel that, okay, they all give a better suggestion for you, and you can make sure that whether your idea is good or not. So it's not that not only one individual you have to discuss about it. You can take a opinion of many people, and it's not that you have to see whether it is good or not. You have to see that requirement of your idea in the society is very important. What is the need of your idea into the society? See, you know that as of today, because of COVID, mask you take. It's a need of the hour. So you have to, if it is an idea for you, or it is, if you are coming out with a product, it is a need of today, and your product will get into the market successful. So that is what you have to see, that whether your idea is good or not. More than discussing with the person, you should evaluate by yourself that what is the real requirement of your idea in the society, which can fit into the market in the proper way. So that is what you can say. Any other opinion you have, you can just express it off, how you can say that your idea is good.
Sir, we can make that idea into prototype and we can experiment it, sir,
Yeah,
from the user perspective.
yeah, that is what it is required, sir. Any idea in the idea form is of no much importance for others. So once it is brought into a prototype, you can put it in the real time scenario. You can check whether your idea works in fine, and then you can further take up the opinion of experts, and you can further develop your idea into a better product. So that we will discuss upon. Why is innovation so important? Because as of today, you know that every problem which is faced by the society is one or the other person's innovation which is making it best suited and making our life comfortable. So it's very important for us to go with better innovation. So this some of the things now I want to just take you through. That is the need of institution innovation council, why the council has been formed. So the Ministry of Human MHRD, Government of India, has established MICs and fostered the culture of innovation among the higher education institutes. That was the main motivation from MHRD for all the institutions. And then primary mandate of MIC is to encourage, inspire, and nurture young students, our students, by supporting them to work with new ideas and in the next consecutive years. Okay. Then MIC has creation of innovation IIC across selection of HEI, higher educational institutes. It plays a major role as of now, and we are fortunate that our institute has taken up this very seriously, and with the leadership of Principal Sir and Nirmala Gupta Madam and management and all the innovation ambassadors, it's going pretty good as of date, and it will help the students and faculty members to come out with some innovative process for the betterment of the society. So a network of these IICs will establish to promote innovation in the institutes. And what are the major focus of IIC? To create a vibrant local innovation ecosystem. That is what it is required. So when you have a system in place, the things by itself happens, and people come out with many process. So you have to create that ecosystem for everyone to work in, and so that we are focusing on. Then startup entrepreneurship supported mechanisms in HIE, and also helps in major focus is to prepare institutions for ATAL, that is ATAL ranking of institutes. We call it as area framework. And then you have established function ecosystem for ideas and pre-incubation ideas and all those things. This also major focus is on better ability among the technologists. Means you can make that. See, we are not students are not coming out. They are just they are just coming to the college doing that whatever they are not opening up their mind and coming out with a new technology, or they are not trying to involve in the growth of the growth of each and every individual, or you can say the further in turn the growth of the institute, and the further you can say that the our country itself. So the student, if you motivate the student, and each student should get self motivated, it's what we can say that self motivation is very much required for them to come up and focus on all these things. So we are just creating the platform for all the students and faculty members in order to get into that. What you promote innovation in institute to conduct various innovations and entrepreneur related activities by central MICs, and which is time bound fashion, and identify and reward innovations and share success stories. So you have to also we have to bring in alumni and have to interact with them. So many of our alumni have started many startups, and so it motivates our students and faculties to come out and express their ideas and put it into the real time and come out with more number of startups further. So organize periodic workshop seminars. These are all part of that, which the Innovation Council is looking in, and a network of peers and national entrepreneurship organizations to create an institute innovation portal to highlight the projects and carried out in the institute. And we know that nowadays they are organizing hackathon, idea competitions, and all those things. So all the students and faculty members should actively participate and give some solution for the industries for their. Also, you also get lot of exposure to all these things when you participate in all these competitions. So what are the benefits of doing it? So capital investment, much it is not required. See, when I talk about, the people think that if I want to do one startup, I have to invest so much of money. That should not be the thinking. There are lot many startups which can be done within 50,000 to 1 lakh also. So if you have some things can be done without investing, you just invest your time. That is enough. So so many things can be carried out without even investing a 1 rupee also, but you have to invest your time into it. So that's what people have to think in, what are the benefits it is going to. And once you don't if you taste the entrepreneurship, no, you will not go to be as an employee at all. You would like to give employment to many. That's what the entrepreneurship is all. What you can, when you come out with a startup and you build your it might take 1 or 2 years time to get stabilized, but once you clear that 2 years of span, then nobody can stop you further. So that is what the thinking process has to be. And you can also, it also has exciting certification process and prices and all. And you can also get lot of opportunities. You can get the opportunities to interact with top leaders, and also monitoring industrial aspects, whatever it is happening in industry, and what are the experimentations can be carried out with the latest technology. So all this IIC is coming out with these benefits in order for the faculties and students to experiment their thought and put it into the reality, so that we can see that out of 100, at least 10% of the students click, they come out with a startup. It's a great achievement from the part of institute, or from the point of view of IAC or the government of government as well. So it's what the culture, what they are going to imbibe in you, and bring you out of the box of thinking, so that you think open mind and you come out with something different. So you know that every step you take is that going to be different for your future as of today. So here some of the things, activities which are we have to create an awareness among our subordinates, or you can say that our faculty members or students. And we have to create an mindset in the public, or in the students mind, or you can say in the faculty mind, that what a startup can make a difference in you in the future. So that is what really we have to look into. Then we have IPR and all this, all things has been discussed before. So I am not just focusing all those things for you. So here what I want to say is, you try to understand what you mean by design thinking, or what you try to understand what really an innovation is, what is IPR and technology transfer, incubation management, and entrepreneurship development program. So all these things, the knowledge makes the knowledge gives you that support which is required for you to come out successful. So it's very important for every individual there. So this is very non figures for you. It's not that different. So what you can see that we always stand in this way. We think that the first step is very difficult, and we stand. Most of us stand there itself. Okay.
Actually,
So
I don't know whether others are able to see the slides, but I am not able to see the slides. Is it with everybody? Same?
Yes, madam, it's visible, sir. Madam, here.
Okay.
okay.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
Visible,
Okay.
ma'am, visible.
Okay. It's full screen visible, no, madam?
Actually, slides are only not changing for me, sir. So,
No. I
No,
have
sir,
changed.
it's slideshow.
Yeah.
okay, sir, maybe my network issue. Sorry, sir.
Okay, fine, man. So, so that what we can see here is the first step what you take is very important. So, just always this figure is quite, it's very inspiring for everyone, and we should keep it into our mind that every small steps counts for every day. So, what you can do is every day you put a small step rather than being, thinking of keeping a bigger step at the end of the month. Okay, so this is very much important for us to know that, and you will understand that small difference what you do it per day is what you get it end of the month. And if you start thinking that you have to keep a bigger step in the initial, you stand there itself, it's very difficult for any individual. So if you are going to start anything, you try to enhance your knowledge, try to attain the attention of the colleagues and friends, take their view and all, then start processing. So that is what you all should get inspired. There should be a vision, there should be a growth which you are targeting for, and an idea has to be there. There should be a process that how to develop this idea into the reality you should know. And creativity is very important. This all put together, you can call it as that what finally gets into is an innovation product. So just for your example, I have just put one or two products which has come through all this process, and finally it has come to this state. So to take up this, what you have to do is first start with small steps, and you will end up with a bigger thing in the upcoming days. So one day will be yours, so every day will not be yours. So those things also you should know, and so you have to keep up one by one, so that you end up with a successful product. Okay, so just to brief you some things, we have been talking about idea for innovation. So idea, how the idea comes to a person. So it's all the way of thinking which makes the difference for an individual. So you if see, there was it was practiced in our institute as well. So most of us were faculty members. If you consider, we were busy with our routine, but there was an cell has been introduced called as Q rights. So what it has lead to, it made a group of individuals to think different, and which has led to and so many products in the future. And it has to be supported by everyone, so that it can be brought into the final stage. So that is what the process has to be. So idea comes from as per the requirement. Sometimes you think that it is required, it some you start thinking on it, you find that okay, there is a shortfall, you can fill with this product. So that's how the idea comes into reality. So any successful idea has to be implemented. So you have to have a good thought process, and you have to come out with different steps in order to fulfill those idea. And innovation plays a major role in doing so. So don't just stick on to what you know, just have a rigorous survey on it and come out with a solution for that problem. That is what it is required. You may start with a small, if you have an idea, just start with a small circuit, or you can come out with a small process, and you can add on every day to that, or you can take the support of the experts, and you can try to come out with that idea into the reality. So when you make the idea into the reality, it makes the difference for you. So the innovation process, it consists of different phases. First of all, you have an idea, then you have a concept, then implementation, marketing, and customer. So each has its own importance to talk with. So concept has to be requirement analysis, has to be an analysis of customers need, workshops and idea evaluations, project planning, all those things has to be done in the concept phase. Then implementation, you have to have a business plan, development and construction, prototype, project management, finance and controlling, all these things. And marketing, you have to so have market segmentation, sales, cooperation, then key customers, all these things, and finally the customer. So once the product completes all this phase, from the idea phase till the it reaches to the customer, you have to struggle a lot. Once it reaches to the customer, you get the feedback. You get the feedback from the customer stating that whether this product fits properly for them or not. Then what you do further is you have to rectify the product as per the need of the customer. So you just keep rectifying the product, you again put it into the market, so finally your product becomes a proper one which fits in properly for the customer, and they will be okay with that. So you can so the you have to get motivated to come out with all this process, and it is not that it happens in a day time. It might take some of the products has been developed years together, some of them. So you have to have that patience level. You have to have that thinking process. You have to keep yourself into that until the final stage. If you drop it in any of the stage, it's better that your idea will not come into the final stage. So you have to keep yourself in track until the product reaches to the final stage. So that is very important. And when you complete all the steps of testing, you can say that from the concept level to the implementation level to the marketing, even at the final stage of customers, when you clear all the steps of testing process, you can say that you will become a business, you will become a successful person who can further compete with the market space. Okay. So it's very important, until and unless the final stage is not over, you should not relax. So that is one thing which you have to keep in mind. Just thinking of an idea, putting into a concept level, it's not enough. You have to complete all the process until it reaches to the customer. You get the feedback, rectify that. Then only you can say that you are going to be a successful entrepreneur in the future. So that is what it is very important. So this is a very precise and clear chart which indicates you how the IISc has thought of the entire process, and how it can be, you call it as 360 degree innovation support, which is required for coming out with a product. So so to test with all these steps, no, you no need to think of like, okay, I want to come out with a very huge product. Don't think all those things. When you are going with a small startup, no, you think of doing a small product. Put it in front of 10 people, build the prototype, put it in front of 10 people, 10 products you make it. If you will get the feedback for that, you rectify that and bring it and again present in front of them. So that 10 will take to 100, then 100 will take to 1000. So it's a progression, and it keeps going. So that's what you have to be successful with at least a minimum set of people for your startup to be successful. So experiment with a set of people, and you make sure that your startup works fits fine with 10 of them. Then it will work fine definitely with 100 people. it will definitely fit in for 1000. So you will not have to worry about further once all this process is being carried out. So we have problem identification, then problem statement and solution development. So it's very clearly defined here by IIC. You have to go across all these phases of product development in order to come out with a proper solution. So you have product problem identification, problem statement, solution development, then development of proof of concept, then selection of best proof of concept, and then you have identification, identify the you have to sometimes file the you have to always file the intellectual property rights because it should not be copied by somebody else. What happens is you file all those things and you wait for the examinations to get over and all those things. By the time examination comes, no, you can complete the product and push it into the market if you have uh, that way of thinking involved in it. So then you have prototype development and then selection of the best prototype. So once everything is done, you get your model into your hands. And once the prototype is developed, you should not keep quiet at that point of time ever, because that was the very difficult stage which you have to come across all these stages and you finally come to a prototype. Then it is the real thing what you have to do. You have to push it that product in a proper design. It should be catchy. You can see that whatever products are there into the market, they will design it properly. They'll give the outer look properly. Even they see that no errors are popping up and all those things. So it's very important. Once you do that, then you can say that you can come out with a business model, and you can plan for venture capital, and you can go for startup formations and follow up further holding process. So it's a entire cycle which supports for innovation support as well as the startup support. So you have to go through all the entire process, and you should never get stopped in any of these stages. So until the prototype development, you might find it difficult with technological aspects and all. To you have to take support of people who are best in that and come out with the prototype once, because you are going to give a product into the market which is best suited, and you have to compete with the market space. So it's very important for you to go through this cycle very carefully. So this always I say that ask questions to yourself rather than asking questions to others. So this is very important: what, where, when, who, and how, and why. So all these questions you keep in your mind and ask these questions at every interval of time. What should be improved? What is the purpose of improvement? What is required? Why it is required? Where it is required? So second one is, where is the work orientation, or where is the method of doing it, and when it is required? As we have one of our professor has been discussing about the time frame as well. So when it is required, and who is going to be really benefited out of it, and how this process has to be, and why you are doing all these things, and what it is going to create the difference for the society. So all these things you call it as what, where, when, who, and how, and why. So you have to be very much precise with these things, and it's always you can ask these questions to yourself so that you find out a solution for all these problems. So to come out further, I don't want to just go through design thinking too much, as this is a quite interesting process which is going on as of now. Most of them are acquiring their knowledge in the design process and the different stages of it. So it has different stages like empathize and define, ideate, prototype, and test. So what does that indicate? So every product what you come out with, you have to make sure that it follows all this path, and it follows all this. Finally, it has to come to the prototype stage, and then it has to be tested. So this is what it has. This is what the entire thing is, that so this process we call it as a design thinking process, and it is now very important for us to understand how to come out with a product, and how the idea can be made into a prototype, and what are the steps involved in testing, and all those things. So this entire process, we call it as a design thinking process. Now anything you take, it can be anything. It can be about yourself, or it can be about the institution, it can be about the product, it can be about the government, or anything. It's very important criteria which everyone has to follow is called as strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. Anything. If you're talking about the product, you have to understand its strength, its weakness, its opportunities, as well as its threat. If you are taking about your idea, you have to understand its strength, where it will fit in, what is its weakness, who are the people who are going to means, see, you have to capitalize your weakness, in fact, but somebody there should be there even to say that, okay, this is your weakness and this is your opportunities, so that we should be fortunate for that as well. So to identify the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats is also a bigger aspect which every individual has to understand, and there should be a proper analysis to be carried out in every product what you develop. Because if you just say that, okay, whatever you are developing is fine, it doesn't fit in further in the next stage. You should identify its strength, capitalize the strength, weakness, how best you can overcome those weakness, and opportunities, you can make sure that you optimize all this process and come out with a best product out of your idea, whatever you have designed, thought for. So this is what it's very important for everyone to understand. Then just to take you through this products developed by our faculty members and students as part of innovation and idea, whatever they had over the last 2 to 3 years back, which has been motivated many students as well as faculty members in order to further enhance this idea and move it further. So some of the products has been put in the real time scenario as well. So these are thanks to all the faculty members and students for initiating the process in the SVC, and coming out with some of them I have shown here. There are plenty. These are some of the initiatives which has been taken by the faculty members. So just to and some of the startups and incubations at SVC also, we have also initiated some startups, and which is going fine, and which is see, it is somebody's idea of doing these things in the previous years together, which has motivated them to come out with these things further. So as seeing all these things, our institute promotes all these schemes with startup incubation, IIC, or related activities, and we have hackathon being organized. It's that we as a student and faculty members should get motivated in order to make maximum utilization of these facilities extended by the institute for all the innovation ambassadors, or you can say that for all the students and faculty members to the best extent. So to conclude I don't want to take more time on this Saturday. So to conclude with, I can say that our institute is decided to promote creativity, innovation among the students by sharpening their critical thinking skills or upon developing intellectual abilities and make them ready for industry along with the social concern. So that is what I want to say in this talk, that you have to get motivated about that. Self motivation has to come, and you should come forward and take support of faculties who are into this, and you can exploit it to the extent. So then innovation must include the abilities of people who have employees towards the achievement of business goal, inspire them, drive changes, and deliver the results. Innovation enhances the capability of an individual to think beyond. That is very important. You become different from others when you think different from others. Only that, think beyond what others think. So that creates a difference. Okay. So you have to think at least 5 years ahead, because it is very much required until the product comes into the market. Still, that value of the product should be there in the market. So then the innovation must have the ability to lead across the organizations, and then being an innovator is the most in-demand ability of an individual in need. So that is what with this I will conclude my talk, and I am very much thankful for Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering Management Principal and my guide Dr. Shivshankar sir and Dr. Nirmala Gupta madam and all the faculty members involved in IIC for being supporting me for coming out with this talk as of today, and all the faculty and students for patient listening, because we have been discussing and I could get many response from you when I was in the discussion. I'm thankful to all the faculty members and students who have responded to me, and thanks to everyone for being with me for this one hour plus. Okay, thank you all. Any questions are there? You can just ask me.
Dear participants, any queries if you have, you can ask the sir. Okay, thank you very much, sir. It was a very wonderful session. In a very simple way, you have explained us what about the innovation and how to find a problem, how to ideate, and how to arrive at the solution. In a way, it was a very informative and a very simple. In a simple way, we understood the concept there. Thank you for that. Now,
Thank you, sir.
now I request Professor Swapna madam to propose vote of thanks. Madam.
Yes, sir. Thanksgiving is a time of togetherness and gratitude. Good afternoon, one and all present here. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. Firstly, I would like to express my hearty gratitude to today's speaker, Dr. Jijesh sir, who has delivered a session on orientation session for all students and faculties of Institute by Innovation Ambassadors. The session is very good, and you have explained all the important steps that are really required for any innovation, sir. Right from the problem statement to the and you have explained all the steps involved, how to define the problem and how to take the product to the market. All the steps you have clearly explained, sir. Hope everybody here would have understood those steps properly. Thank you once again, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thanks to one and all being present here. Thanks to principal sir, management, HOD sir, and Nirmala Gupta madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you,
Thank
Sir,
you,
is
sir.
it possible to share the PPT, sir?
Ravindra sir, Deepa
Ma'am?
madam.
Is it possible to share the PPT, sir?
Yeah, definitely, madam. I will send it to Swapna madam or Nirmala Gupta madam. You can collect it, or I will send it to madam. You just send me. I will send you
Okay,
the
thank
speech.
you. Sure,
I would
thank you.
also like to thank the management, CD sir, Dr. M. Shashidhar sir, and our principal, Dr. Nageshwar Gupta sir, and all the HODs and faculties of various departments for gracing the event. And I would also like to thank all the coordinators in spite of holiday. Like the coordinators have taken active role to make this event successful. I would also like to thank all the participants, mainly students within our college and the students from other colleges as well. And finally, I thank the IAC coordinators for giving me this opportunity to propose vote of thanks. Thank you once again. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Over
madam.
to you, Revna, sir.
Thank you very much, Jijesh sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for giving me an opportunity, madam. Thank you.
No, sir. We are all the team people. IIC team we are.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request all the participants to share the feedback. I have posted the feedback link in the chat box. Kindly share your feedback. If any external participants have joined, I will share the screen. There I will display the feedback link. Kindly copy the same and share your valuable feedback. I hope the link is visible to everyone.
Sir, shall I end the session, sir? Revna, sir?